Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heart Center Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. And today, joining me is Cheri from Trancing with Spirit. Hey, Cheri.
Hi, everybody. How y'all doing
Hi,
tonight?
thanks. Oh, wait a minute.
It's
Nope, never mind. Never mind.
it's cold and windy here.
Something just popped up, and it was like, what? I've never seen this before. Something else. It was something else. So we're good to go. So what's been happening in your world? What are you up to?
Just we're getting the house ready to sell. My husband's
Mhm.
actually, doing all kinds of stuff for a change. And
Nice.
he took his week break off. We're going to go to an RV show tomorrow. So I'm really excited about that. And just start trying to pull things together.
Perfect.
So getting ready for the
Perfect.
next step in my life.
Exactly. Yeah. And remember what Deborah said. Yeah, in you're in manifestation mode. So
I know. I don't know
be
how.
careful what you wish for, just in case.
$1 million RV? I don't know. Like, maybe someone just doesn't need it anymore.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Who knows?
Why not? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's funny, but years ago, it's yeah. Um, I heard a story of a fella who um, he bought basically a brand new Mercedes, brand new for $100, and it was like, what's wrong with it? Nothing. Still under warranty. Everything is fine. How'd you get it for $100? Well, that was back in the day when we didn't have communal property and all that kind of stuff and whatnot. Well, so this fella has a brand new Mercedes. He apparently had an affair and told his wife after years of marriage that he's leaving and she can have the house, she can have whatever. The only thing that he wants is please sell the Mercedes and send me the proceeds. She said, okay. So she sold his Mercedes for $100 and said, here you go. There's your 100.
From my end, that would work so well.
Exactly. So, yeah,
You
somebody
never
needs to get rid of a fully loaded RV. They need to have a quick, fast sale.
know.
And yeah,
There you go.
you're coming. There you go.
Yep.
Done. Okay.
Yes.
I'm glad we solved that. Thanks,
Yeah.
everyone, for coming. Yeah.
Yeah, really. Thank you.
So just very quickly, you wanted to say hello to Linda H. Hello, I'm glad you made it. Absolutely. Cheri, hi Cheri. Cheri is off work today with a bad back.
Sorry.
And hi Jenny, Starfish Jenny,
Hi,
Kim
Jenny.
E. Hello. Louise Fote. We have Karen Adams. Hello, book. She says, hi, sugar mamas. And yeah, there we go. That's it. Laura Hammond Davis. Hello, Laura. Nice to see you here. So here's what we thought that we would do today is if you have questions that you want Cheri to consult the Akashic on, post the question in all caps so that it gets my attention. Cheri will do the Akashic reading, and then I will pull either an oracle or a tarot card and let you know how that reading resonates for you today, what you can do with it today. So that's what we're going to do. And in the meantime, while the notices just went out, we're waiting for some folks to come in and all that kind of good stuff. So we can sit and chit chat and say, your
Bye.
Akashic readings are really, I mean, you're growing.
Yes.
Absolutely.
They're exponentially.
Yeah.
They really are, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. Every minute of it. Mhm.
Perfect. And you know what? Isn't it funny? But when we do what we love, it doesn't feel like work.
No, not at all.
Just
It doesn't. It's like you just look so forward to it. And,
yes.
in fact, I just watched a show on something and my husband's like, "He's still working?" I said, "That's because to him it's not work. He's doing what he loves. There's a difference."
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
mhm.
Exactly. Hey, Janet. Bora Bora's here. Hello. So you've got what's the weather like your place? Are you getting the storms and the nasty weather that is
We in Cleveland, we're getting the wind. Right now, it's still in the low 40s, but the bottom's gonna drop out sometime tonight. I guess it was gonna come this way, but then it went down that way. My daughter was without power for a while, for a couple hours.
oh my
She's
gosh.
about 60 miles south of here. But there's like spot outages all over. But other than the wind and the rain, that's we're not having anything major. Overnight, it's supposed to change, so then I'm sure it's gonna get all icy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think that there's but by the looks of it, the little bits that I saw on CNN that they were focusing was like, yeah, this is snow and wind and whatnot. And I
mhm,
don't know if oh my gosh. No, her name is totally gone out of my head now. Lori.
mhm,
Lori. Yeah, if I think she had posted that she was supposed to be leaving on a flight and she was Alaskan Airlines.
mm,
And yeah, she was waiting to find out if they were going to cancel or if it was going to be late or whatnot because the wind down in Florida had really, really picked up.
yeah. It's bad
So
here. I mean, you can definitely hear it just whistling through the house.
yeah,
Even though it's only in the 40s, which isn't too bad, but because the wind, you got that draft. You could just feel it.
yeah, yeah,
So,
exactly. Yeah, and it's kind of it's cold here. It's cold. We've got snow on the ground, and I think we're in the. I think last I checked, it was with the windshield factor. It was like minus 21 below, and
ooh,
that's Celsius.
well, that's
So that's
Celsius. Yeah.
yes, yeah, that's cold. That's cold. So hey, Viviani, Samuel, am I saying that right? Samuel, yeah. Tammy Aldridge, Rossi, hello, Rossi, and I think that's kind of everyone. So yeah, I do have a couple questions. So yeah, just to remind you, if you would like to get an Akashic um, reading from Cheri, by all means, put your question in all caps, and then we'll take it from there. We'll follow it up with the tarot oracle, and we'll kind of go wherever spirit wants us to go. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
Sounds good.
starfish, that is awful. She says,
That
yeah,
is.
tractor trailer. Oh,
Mm,
ooh,
yeah,
that can be scary. Weather is something that yeah we really um,
right.
can't ignore, right? Yeah. So
No. I think I'd rather have just this plain snow than this wind, though.
yes, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. With snow, I can handle. Wind, you never know how it's going to change directions, what it's going to do, what it does to the snow.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hello, Pisces greeter. Nice to see you here. Um, oh my gosh. And Cheri says, Weather
Way
Channel is
down there.
predicting snow. Oh my goodness. And that's Louisiana.
Wow.
Wow. All righty. Okie dokie. So we got a couple
Okay.
questions. So let's get started. We'll see where it takes us.
Okay, I'll read the key real quick first.
Yes, please. Thank you for reminding me because I was as I'm talking, I'm thinking, what do I have to do? What do I have to do? Yes, yeah,
Yeah. So I'm just gonna read the Akashic key so we can open up the records for everyone in the chat and everyone that'll watch it
yes,
later. Okay. We
yes,
open ourselves to the light, and with this light, we open ourselves to the truth. And with this light, we open ourselves to our soul's purpose. And with this light, we open ourselves to be guided towards our highest good and the highest good of all in divine love. And so all that are in this chat and all that will watch are given the truth to best serve them on their healing journey into love and acceptance that is most beneficial for them in this moment. And with this light and guidance, we unlock the energy field of all that are in the chat and all that will watch to receive the record of their soul. Thank you.
Thank you. So be it. All righty. Okay. So Karen Adams says, do you think a secret is going to come out about Netanyahu with severe ramifications about him? Okay, well,
that's not really an Akashic record, but I'll
Yeah.
say something that I got psychically when I first heard what happened. I heard false flags, not all is what it seems. And I got a hit that he knew all about this before it happened for entertainment purposes only, and that all
Yes.
this truth will come out. That's what I got psychically for that without going into the records, because that's not really an Akashic record. For me, that's not the area I delve into.
Yes. Yeah. I think that you're absolutely right. I know that they they did have news that came out that said that yeah, his government or Netanyahu they were aware at least a year beforehand that this was something that was coming. They chose to ignore it. And I think that what is happening with Netanyahu now and the things that he is doing is he has become the representation of everything that the Jews said they hated about the Germans.
Yes.
So I really don't see that there is a huge difference between what the Jews did or what the Germans did to the Jews versus what Israel is doing to Hamas. I understand that Hamas is not a lovely organization, and they are a recognized terrorist organization, but there's also a lot of innocent people who just happen to live there.
Right. And you have to remember that the Israelis are not Netanyahu.
Exactly.
And they don't want this any more than they don't want this.
No.
It's Netanyahu and a small sect of the government that is doing this. And a lot of this did come out already, like you said. And yeah, and it's, I mean, what can you say?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So
two wrongs don't make a right when you get down to it. Just because one did something evil doesn't give you the right to do it back.
Exactly. Yeah. And more than anything else, pretend that there is no equivalency between the two.
Right.
You know, come on now. Come on.
Right.
So on that vein, until we get a few more questions in here, have you heard any of the chatter about the oh gosh, no, it's not the impeachment, immunity arguments that were happening today?
I listened to some of it. I was just flipping through and it had come on the oral arguments, and I just decided to listen for a little bit. And it sounded like they were trying to argue both ways.
Exactly.
Like it's okay to have ultimate immunity, but you know, they want to make it both ways. But and the one, like she came out and said, so you're saying that you can basically murder your opponent, and because you have ultimate, you know, that's okay.
Immunity.
And he's trying to butt it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's a conditional yes.
Right.
It's a yes with conditions. No, it's either one thing or the other. Either, and it on the face of it, it didn't make sense to me that, you know, there was one of those things.
Right.
That if presidents have immunity from prosecution, then whether or not they are impeached is irrelevant. Right. Because you can't impeach someone who has immunity.
Exactly.
So you can't say, well, you know, if he has immunity, but he can be impeached. No,
Right. You
it's
either do or you don't. Absolute means absolute.
yeah. It's kind of like being, well, I think I might be a little pregnant.
Yeah. In my
Yeah.
realm, that never worked
Oh yeah.
well.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, but I think it's going to be interesting, and it's funny how many readers picked up. Even I know even a couple years ago um, that I was getting that it was going to be women who were going to be his downfall,
Mm-hmm.
Trump's downfall.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny that the three judges who were randomly picked are female.
I know.
Three female judges.
And I think one is a Black, one's Asian, one's done that. And that's also funny too, with all his
Yeah,
rhetoric of minorities. Not only are they women, they're like of the top people that he has wronged in a sense with his
yeah.
language, so that's also ironic that it's not only women that are bringing him down, it's the people that he's thrown the most insults to.
Yes. And speaking of insults, um, I guess he's a little. Uh, I guess he's a little concerned about Nikki Haley because she's catching up to him,
Mhm.
particularly in Iowa. So now he's he's bringing up the birtherism again because, well, wait a minute. She might have been born in the U.S., but her parents were not. They were immigrants from India. They were not citizens when she was born.
And where was his mom born at? Trump's mom?
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it might
What?
have been
Who?
Scotland,
Where? What?
if I'm not mistaken.
And his children, all with the exception of Tiffany, are um,
Anchor babies.
anchor babies. Yeah, anchor babies. And besides, citizenship is given to the person who is born on American land,
Mhm.
not to the parents.
Right. It doesn't matter where your parents are from. If you're born here or on a military installation or a US territory,
Yes,
you have US citizenship.
exactly. So, but you know what? It worked for him with Obama. He did it with Ted Cruz. He did it with somebody else. So he's trying it again. So
I
there you
mean,
go.
that's a stretch though. That is a really,
I know. Yeah,
really big stretch.
absolutely. And yes, Kim, I did. I do have your question starred. So here we go. Thank you for your question there, Karen. That's good. Alrighty. So Kim would like to know, Kim E, can you tap into a life where I was an artist?
Okay. I'm tapping into a life. They're showing me one around the same time, like of a Da Vinci time period.
Mm,
Nostradamus, Da Vinci, all that total in that time period over in France. You were definitely in Europe, France, and um, maybe England too. But yes, you were an artist in that time period. A painter.
nice. Nice.
You have some type of connection with them. Yeah, you're a student or an apprentice. You're a man. Yeah,
Mhm.
you were their apprentice. And that's what they're showing me. So yes, you do.
Yep, absolutely. And I get that you're the reason that you're feeling that is in that lifetime you shared a lot of your wisdom that you had, and even though you were a student of what it was that they were doing, but you were also in a position where you were able to support them financially. And so it was a very rewarding relationship in that you shared information, you shared your wisdom with them, they shared their craft with you, and in turn, your craft got better. I think you were also a knight at some point in that lifetime. So that's what you can kind of look forward, or you can look past. And how does this relate to your life today? Strength. It brings you strength. There is a knowing about you that you what's the word I'm looking for? You're able to provide a lot of your own encouragement. Like there is a lot of self-confidence in you. And yeah, that's kind of what you brought into this lifetime, and that's how it serves you now. So very good.
You also knew
Very
how to work with them. Like you knew how to
yes.
work with their temperament, if that makes
Yes.
sense. You could go with the flow of what they were and what they needed and what you had a knack.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And Karen Adams says, cherish. And I don't cherish. I think you have more gifts than you believe in yourself. Yeah, you're amazing. Oh, I think she might be talking to you, saying, Cheri, I think you have more gifts than you believe. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Thanks.
yes. Yeah, absolutely. There you go. And joyful journey. Would like to know if things are going to go smoothly at her current job.
Um,
Hey, Karen. Yeah.
there may be some bumps in the road. It's all going to be in how you approach it, though.
Yeah.
There's going to be some type of change in your work environment.
Mm. Oh.
That's what they're showing me right now. I don't know what you're picking up, but
yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I start off with education, and what that said to me was you might need to either take some upgrading for your job, or there might be a particular either a new program or a new offering that they're going to be bringing in, and they're going to need someone to train on that, and they're considering you for that. I also got sad embrace, and this made me feel like sadness in terms of um, taking on more responsibility and realizing that you are moving into a different position where it might be difficult to remain friends with the friends that you have at work, or if you're taking a managerial or a higher position, you kind of have to realize that that you need to separate the two. And then the last card that I got was listening. And so it's like, okay, this almost feels like HR move in some ways, but you're um, you're getting more education in terms of your position, and it's going to require a little more listening on your part. So um, yeah, I mean, I think this is a promotion.
Yeah. And that's why I said too, when you about how you approach things, it's going to
Yeah,
require a different approach.
yeah,
And you're going to have to think first. So what you said about listening, you're
yeah,
going to have to put thoughts into before you make moves.
yeah,
Take the time.
yeah, yeah, exactly. There you go. I hope that's helpful, Joyful.
Yeah.
Okay. And we've got Laura Hammond Davis. I'd like to know something of a past lifetime.
Okie dokie. Your last one.
Thanks, book. And I'm glad you're here too. And yes, Veronica, you can ask a question. It just, yeah, it related to the past lives because we're looking at Akashic records. Yeah.
Well, they're kind of showing me two past lives here. One, it was Scotland, like in the 1400s, and somehow it's connected to one mid-century of now. Those are the energies that you're bringing forth into this life. You're bringing through some of the energies from those two lives. In the like 1400s, 1500s, you were a woman, and then in the mid-century, you were a man, a businessman. And they both required strength, but in different areas. And adaptability. They're saying you pulling through some adaptability, the ability to change with the change direction at will. You had to adjust, think on your feet, and you were a little bit more rigid thinking, but you also you also had the ability though to adapt as necessary. So that's what they're saying about things that you're bringing through into this life, to learn how to adapt, and don't be too rigid, and think on your feet. And those are like a lot of the qualities that you're bringing through to this life. I hope that makes sense. I got a little sidetracked there. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay, because you know what? My cards mirror that very well. Very well. Okay, especially the one female, one male. So what I got that, yeah, in one of the lifetimes, and I think that this is the female lifetime, you are more than likely a nun. And in that lifetime, your job was to bring encouragement. It's like I see you teaching a group of people, and providing encouragement, being positive, getting them to see things from different perspectives, and so on. And then in the male lifetime, you were very much, this is protecting a treasure. So this treasure doesn't necessarily mean financial, right? Although it can. But this is, you acted as the protector of the area that you were in, protecting the resources, protecting the people, protecting the whatever was the economy of your particular area. You're acting as the protector. And I'm drawn to the umbrella that's over top of it. It's like, come here and I will soothe you. I will give you shelter.
Mhm.
Right. And in the male lifetime, there was a lot. This is the dragon's lair. And this really, really kind of firmed up that that's what the protecting the treasure is because there were, you kind of had, you took on the role of, again, without being repetitive, of being the protector in the area. And it's like, I will slay your dragons. I will keep, the unwanted energies, whatnot. I will keep those at bay so that we can continue to nurture and grow what we have here. So,
Mhm.
yeah, very,
Yeah, because the man that I did see was
yeah,
was a guard, like very rigid in appearance, to where
yes,
don't protecting what's mine, be it business, be it family, be whatever, they were that, but they were also flexible enough to move and to know when they needed to move and to know what they
yes,
needed to do. But they were also a very much a protector and guardian of
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And being adaptable was, when you said that, I just happened to look down at the card, and it's funny, but I noticed there are two ways to get in. There
Mm.
is the
Oh yeah.
stairway that's here, but there's also a little tunnel underneath.
Mm.
So, yeah, there are different ways to approach things, and that's
Mm.
what you did really, really well.
Mhm.
Yeah, thank you, Laura. I hope that
Yep.
helped. Yeah, and Karen Adams would like to know how many past lifetimes she has had.
I just heard a number 472,
There you go.
and that could, they're not specifying if they were all on Earth or not. So, and
Yep.
do you want me to go farther on that, or?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Go for it. If you see more, say more.
Okay. Now, you've had many lives on many planets. You've had been on about 3 other planets, I'm seeing, and Earth. You've had, of all the lives, you've had more galactic lives than you've had Earth lives. And you've pretty much seen it all, did it all. And and so if there's oftentimes you feel like you don't belong here, that's why. Because you've had more lives on other worlds than you've have on this one. So that's what I got.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. What you're being asked to do, in this lifetime, knowing about the previous lifetimes, is you have a sacred pool. You have a wealth of knowledge that
Mm.
is available to you, on a spiritual level. You don't need to learn how to do what it is that you do. Um, you just have to believe and remember that you already know it. And you're a leader. This is follow the leaders. You are down here to encourage, not only encourage others, but to lead others as well, to kind of show them the path, to to set the mood for what is going to happen next. So I think you're the kind of person that you can
without knowing.
yeah, know without knowing. You're very good at guiding people, and I think that they approach you quite a lot and saying, I got the situation. I don't know what I'm going to do, and they kind of lay it at your feet, and you're able to pick up on what it is that they need to know, and then show them the way where they need to go. And this one is beautiful. It says, "Heal the ouch." So this is you're you're able to, even just in your everyday conversations, um, heal people's traumas, heal the things that really hurt them, uh, just by conversation, just by sharing your wisdom and showing them where they need to go. I think that is absolutely beautiful. So whether you realize it or not, I think you're an empath.
Yeah,
as
you
well.
have a wealth of knowledge before
Yeah.
you even got to this planet, a wealth of knowledge that you had to draw from. And you're here less, we're all here for learning experiences, but you're here less for that and more to help with the ascension and the help with others. And
Yeah.
You're here more on a mission than a life, than a lesson. Like, you have certain lessons, but you're more of a mission here, and you're drawing on that wealth of knowledge from all those lives. And by having them on different places, you have all this vast experience to draw from. So
Yeah. Absolutely. I hope that helps, Karen.
yeah.
Okay. And just a comment here, book says, "It's pink outside in spite of the wind. It's pink and blue outside." Wow.
It was like that earlier here too. All of a sudden it got this really around the same time, this funny color.
Yeah. But pink and blue, that's not bad.
No.
Yeah, that's not bad. That would be beautiful, beautiful to see. And that's one of the especially the clouds that are on the higher end. Sometimes they do that. They bring down the color.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. Janet Bora Bora says, "Why has my life been so difficult since 2007? What are the lessons for me?"
One
And
lesson.
Karen Adams.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Karen Adams says, "Explains a lot, especially my dreams and feelings. Thank you both so much. I try. Strangers stop me. This means so much." Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, they would.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry, Janet. Why's things been
That's
difficult?
Okay. They're saying one lesson is adaptability. You came here to learn to be adaptable, more not stuck in your ways. You've been stuck in your ways in past lives, and more rigid. And so you're trying to learn adaptability, more going with the flow, and not to fight the energy, to go with the energy, and not to try and control it all, to let go, to try not to control things, to know when you should control things, or when you have the ability to control or the ability to affect change, and when you don't have the ability, and to learn when to pull back, learn when to use your energy or your resources for things that you can affect change, and learn when to let things go. You need to look at the bigger picture also, and you need to move more with the flow. And by trying to, like, say, micromanage or control things, it makes it more difficult for you to go through life and to flow with things that happen, because you feel you're constantly trying to fight the energy that they're trying to push you in the direction that your life path, and you fight it a lot, by trying to control everything, instead of learning to just let go and take each day as it comes, and try not to make everything so controlled, You need to learn to almost put yourself in the hands of spirit, and not try and control everything. And that was the big lesson that you're here to learn. So the more you try and fight it, the more difficult your life will be, because you're not going with the flow of the energy. You're fighting the flow of the energy. And that's one of the biggest lessons that you're here to learn right now. So I hope that helps you.
Absolutely. Okay. So, Janet, I totally agree, and I'll tell you why. One of the cards that I pulled was ride the wave.
Oh my.
So, um, yeah, exactly. The more that you become determined to have your way, to do things the way that you want, the more challenges are going to come to you, because I think the lesson here is humility and acceptance.
Mm-hmm.
Accept that you cannot control everything, accept that you do not know everything, accept that there are some things that are the way they are, and there is no explanation for them. They just simply are. And knowing what might have caused it isn't going to help in the long run. So letting go of the outcome and saying, yeah, like Cheri said, it's let go, let God, just let it go. The spirit of place is, there is a lot in trying to kind of control a lot of the outcomes. You're missing all the wonderful, beautiful things that are around you, that are there, that you don't see because you're kind of almost focus driven, right?
You're
You've
not
got
in the moment.
yeah, you got that tunnel vision. You're pursuing what it is that you need to pursue, that you're missing all the other wonderful things that are there, that just tend to go by. And then the last card that I got for you as well was follow the leader. This is spirit is saying, look, don't tell me how to do my job. I know my job. So just let me do my job. I am not here to hurt you. I am not, spirit is not throwing these things in your path to make your life difficult, to make it stressful, painful, whatever. It is, think of it as an opportunity to learn what it is that you need to learn in order to ride the wave.
Mm-hmm.
Go with the flow. Just be. Yeah. And like Cheri said, each day as it comes, look at it as an adventure rather than, oh God, here we go again. Look at it as, hoo hoo, here we go again. I'm ready. I'm ready. What you got?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hope that resonates with you, Janet, really, because this is, yeah, you're meant to be happy. You're meant to have peace. You're meant to find
Mm-hmm.
all that.
Right.
Just let go and it will come.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Okay. And Jackie Cirillo wants to know, is there anything you can tell me about any of my past lives and how they affect me in this lifetime?
Okay. Hi,
Or in
Jackie.
this life? Yes. Great question, Jackie.
Resilience. You're testing your resilience in this life. You've learned resilience in other lives, and in this life, you're almost testing yourself to see, you think you got it. So when you came into this life, you're like, I got it. So you're testing your resilience in this life. In like all kinds of ways, your resilience, say after failure, your resilience in whatever it is, it's how resilient you are, how your ability to power through no matter what. You're in the face of adversity or whatever, I can, it's like that. I can do, no matter what, I can do it. The resilience factor, like Rosie the Riveter, we can do it. We're strong. I can make it. I can do it. Like bring it on type attitude. That's what you're bringing through in this life. I don't know if you like kind of like it is. You're testing yourself and critiquing yourself and almost like, yeah, I got this. And you're like it's a I don't want how can I say it? I don't know if I'm making sense, but you decided that this is what you got and you're testing yourself on it. So it's almost like you told spirit, bring it on.
I dare you. Double
Yeah,
dog
pretty
dare
much.
you.
That's your attitude. I dare you. I got it.
Yep. Exactly. You're there is magic in your prayers. That tells me you are able to manifest things by putting your mind to it and knowing what steps you need to do, because it's not just enough to to say, oh, I want a fabulous new home with a swimming pool, and then sit back and just wait for someone to knock on your door. You have to take steps towards getting that, and you can do that. You know what prayers or what thoughts to send out to the universe to deliver what it is that you want. And yes, in encouragement, it's that self encouragement. It's like Cheri said, it's like you're testing yourself. If I can jump 2 feet, can I jump 3 feet? Bet you I can jump 3 feet. Can I do 3.5? It's that kind of encouragement. And yeah, your golden palace. This is your communication with your soul. It's like the palace is where your soul lives. It is full of abundance. It is full of things that you can see. It has a beautiful vista that is on the outside, and your soul has dominion over all of it. So yeah, test yourself, see what you can do, but just know that there is a lot of power in your ability to manifest.
Yes.
So
it's almost like you're taking everything you've learned in all your lives and you're putting it to the test in this life.
Yeah.
And it's like you've got so much to draw from and you're like, I can do it.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And it comes easy to you. People will call you lucky. It's not luck. It's more you know what to do to make things happen, and you do it. Right? So yeah, you're very, very fortunate, Jackie. Okay. And Amanda Carrion would like to know what indigenous tribe she might be from. I feel like one of my spirit guides is a great, great, great grandmother. I believe I have seen her in my mind. Oh, yes, you have. I'll tell you right now that yes, you absolutely have. And she is she has kind of almost like a gray and white with little patches of black blanket shawl that she is surrounding herself in. And every once in a while she opens it up like, come on in. There's enough room. It can protect both of us. So yeah, that's what I'm getting right off the bat. But you go ahead. Go ahead, Cheri.
You've been in more than one indigenous people of North America. And not just the United States. You've been the whole. I think you were, one was Ojibwe, but they're showing me Canada, they're showing me the plains, and they're showing me to the East Coast of the United States, and even down into the Pueblos. So you've had many throughout North America at all different stages of way back, even like you were here too, one of the first ones, like the 10,000 years ago. They're showing me the stone in the mountains of the Pueblos. They're the ones that were the ancient ones. And I'm trying to Hopi. So you've had several lives as an Indigenous, not just one. So that's why you feel such a strong, and you've been all through here. So.
Yeah, absolutely. As I was shuffling, these 3 cards sort of turned themselves and fell out of the deck. And I thought, okay, well, because I've been laying down 3 cards, I thought if it's more than 3, I'll put them back. But no, it was exactly 3. And here we go. We start off with Magical Map Shifter. So yes, you have been all over the place, and you have assumed that indigenous personality, indigenous heritage. And look at, she has got, or is it right here? The fan, like the eagle feather fan. Okay. And kind of stoking the moving the air around and shifting the different energies. So I think that chances are very, very good that in at least 1 or 2 of your lifetimes, you would have been like the medicine woman, medicine man, where you had control of certain things. You very much honor, again, this card popped out as well, the spirit of place, where you are connecting to the spirits that have been in the places where you reside for many, many years. They recognize you as one of their own. They do see you as someone who has done this before. And once again, I get protecting the treasure. So your job in this lifetime is to protect the heritage, to speak on the heritage, to share it with others. And remember when I said about that, I had the feeling that grandmotherly spirit guide kind of had the blanket or whatever around and would open it up, like, come on, there's enough room. That's what the umbrella underneath that woman there reminds me. Like, she is providing you with that shelter. She is saying, look, as long as you're here underneath here, you're with me, I will take care of you, everything will be fine. So I think that you are very, very fortunate in the lives that you have had, and there is no doubt that this that this many times removed grandmother is one of your spirit guides. So when you see her come in, make sure that you honor her, make sure that you say thank you, and invite her in whenever if there's something that you need help with or guidance with, invite her, and invite her in as grandmother spirit.
Yeah.
And she will come.
Yeah. And I also see you at one point, you were by a fire and you were doing some type of ritual, and I could see the different colored sparks come up from the fire. And you were dancing solo around it, and you were an older man at this time, but the colors that were coming from this fire were just like it was amazing. It was magical because the fire went up and you dance, and it was almost by thought, and whatever these sparks came out.
Yeah. Like the fire is dancing with you.
Right. Exactly. Like it wasn't that you were, yeah, it's like you had control of the energy of the fire.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. And she says, yes, yes, yes. That's exactly what I see her in, Apache. That's the area I come from. Not surprising.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Not surprising at all. So I hope that that was helpful to you, Amanda.
Yes.
Great. And our last question, which is perfect because we're at 55 minutes. This is wonderful. Is Marby Gangora. And Marby would like to know, how many past lives has she had?
Okay. Over 300. You've had many of them here on Earth, more on Earth than not on Earth. You've been here for a long time. They're saying over 200 on Earth. You've been here thousands of years. You're more connected to Earth than other places at this in this life. You do have a really strong connection to Mother Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's all they're showing me.
Wonderful. Okay. I get unexpected visitors, and it's like you are able to. I think that you're able to connect with the elementals, and you can kind of see them out of the corner of your eye, and when you do see them, it's always, it kind of lifts your spirit. It's like it brings on a little giggle, like you're like a game that you play with them, where like mystical hide and seek, right? And it's the recognition of, oh, I knew you were going to hide there. That's where you are. I also get Golden Palace for you as well, and that is connecting with your soul and honoring your soul and the journey that it has taken you on, and it has brought you here. And the purpose here now is education, to share what you know, to express what's the word I'm looking for, when you're sharing knowledge, when you're sharing education, you're you can take a concept that someone might find difficult, and you could retool the words and give it back to them in a way that they understand. So that's you're very, very good at that.
Right. I heard legendary.
Yeah.
Telling the tale, speaking the fairies, the fairy tale, speaking the from the heart of, like the core of Mother Earth.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny because look, what is, there's a little fairy that is coming out of the book. Yeah. And the fairy is jumping out of the book, and who is she talking to? She is talking to a bird.
Oh, I didn't even notice that fairy.
Yeah, I didn't either until I looked down again and went, oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely. Wow. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So sharing that knowledge and retelling the legends, retelling the
Yeah,
legends.
I think, yeah, you've had past lives like in that with that Celtic lore, that
Yeah.
Celtic the lore, the whole fairy tale, that whole thing. You've had several lives with that, where because the way they passed down the history, the story was through telling, through telling. It was all
Yes.
words because they didn't have anything written, so it was all lore, and you were
Yeah.
heavily steeped in that in past
Yeah.
lives, and you're bringing that forth in this life, and you have a really deep connection to that elementals in that area, especially. There's a really deep connection with that because that's what you did, and so you have that connection to the elementals, the fairies, to all that. Like I could see this big forest and like living in the like the almost like the trees and the hollowed outness
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, that was absolutely wonderful.
mm-hmm.
Thank you, thank you,
Thank
thank you
you.
guys for joining us. Oh, Ness, you came in at the last moment. We're doing Akashic readings and we're at an hour, so you missed us by that much.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you to everyone um, who joined us, and I hope that you find the readings. I hope that they were valuable and that they
Mhm.
brought you some sense of peace, knowledge, solace, whatever that might be. And Cheri, we will have to do this again.
Yes, we'll do this
Uh,
again, and hopefully I won't,
absolutely.
my animals on the outside won't keep distracting me from.
No, they are part of what makes it fun. So yeah,
That's true.
we're good. We're all good. So take care, everyone. I will see you guys tomorrow at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, where Sheila from Inquisitive Tarot is going to be joining me. And then 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time tomorrow, of course, is Sisters of the Mystical Tarot. So I will see you guys then. Do you have anything coming up that you want to highlight?
Just next Sunday at 7, with we're Val's still on vacation, but Sun Psychic Jean's going to host our weekly Akashic readings, and then after, that's all I have for right now, other than my Sundays at 7 with Val, and then Val will be back after this coming, and that's it. And hopefully I'll be back on with Marina soon again, and we'll see what
Absolutely.
else.
Absolutely. And you know what? Before I forget, and I forget to mention this just because I think the thought is in my head. I think that you can read my mind. Both Cheri and I do private readings. So if you would like to book a Akashic reading with Cheri, a psychic or tarot reading with myself, if you go down in the description of the video, there'll be links to how to contact me in terms of email and so on. There will be a link to Cheri's channel. You can go on there, and you can also visit her at trancingwithspirit.com.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And yeah, take a look at all what's on there, and you can book your appointment right from there. So
Yes.
and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and do all the YouTubey things
All the good
because
stuff.
yeah, it's what we do. All right, everyone. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I will see you all later. Take care.
Bye,
Bye bye.
everybody. Thank you.